Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Thornton and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Viper Mini, which is a lightweight gaming mouse from Razer. Stick around as always to hear about the build quality, features, and whether this mouse is going to be right for you. You can find the Razer Viper Mini on either Amazon or Razer's website for just $40, which is definitely a really good competitive pricing, especially in the lightweight gaming mice market. The packaging itself is very simple. You'll just find your mouse in there along with the SpeedFlex cable bundled up on top of it, and then a Razer sticker along with the instruction pamphlet just to help you get started. Start off with talking about the weight and build quality of this mouse, and that's going to be one of the big selling points of it. Just coming in at 61 grams on my scale, which just feels so light in your hand. One of the cool things about it too is they don't have any cutouts, or it's not a honeycomb design to achieve that really light weight. So you still end up with this nice solid frame design, which so far absolutely no creaking or flex in the side panels. You get the same plastic over the entire mouse, besides in the middle, kind of where it separates from the back part of the shell to that right and left click. You get a kind of a glossy plastic right there, which I find that just kind of traps things in the middle there, and then also shows fingerprints and things like that if you touch on it, which I don't know why exactly it's there, but that is the one different part on the mouse. I found the texture itself to be a little bit slippery for my liking. Obviously though, this can always be fixed with something like aftermarket grips, which actually very soon I'm gonna be actually doing a video on me modding this, putting things like grips, paracording it, and then also doing some different feet on the bottom. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that by hitting that subscribe button. The cable that you do get stock on the Razer Viper Mini though is Razer SpeedFlex cable, which is really nice and flexible as well, giving you that sort of paracord type feel. The mouse has the same ambi shape as the other Razer Vipers in the Razer's lineup of Viper mice. You're going to get buttons on the left side of the mouse, and obviously the form factor of this is just smaller, being the small size of the Viper lineup. And I'll go ahead and put the dimensions up on screen for you guys to see now. Due to that smaller size, this mouse is of course going to be a custom or naturally fit to using something like a claw or fingertip grip, especially with those of you that have larger hands. If you do have smaller hands, you probably could get into a palm grip with this, although for me with a little bit larger hands, it's just not comfortable for me to use it that way. More or less just naturally puts me right into that claw or fingertip grip, being so much smaller than my normal mouse I use, which is the Death Adder. You get 6 different programmable buttons on the Razer Viper Mini, and these are using Razer's first-gen optical switches, which are going to give you that not having to worry about the debounce time or ever having issues with double-clicking, which is nice to have that peace of mind. Has been some issue with some of the Logitech mice, and as with all the other mice I've owned using these first-gen optical switches, absolutely spot on. I've really enjoyed them so far, but before we talk any more about them, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a sound test now. Overall, the buttons have felt really nice so far, getting very minimal to no pre or post travel. If anything, there's definitely more post travel on those front right and left clicks, very similar to other Razer mice I've owned so far, but nothing that's caused any issues or bothered me in game or for day-to-day use. As far as the side buttons go themselves, very nice actually. I'm not getting much side to side or wobble in them in general. There is a little bit of mushiness on the back side of them, but nothing unexpected with the way side buttons are on basically every single mouse. As far as the scroll wheel goes, it's pretty smooth rolling. It's not like there's huge tactile bumps or it's really noisy. Overall, it feels nice though, and it's minimal low down to the frame. It's not raised up too high. Right below that scroll wheel is where you're gonna get your DPI button. That's just allowing you to be able to cycle between your different presets for your DPI, which can be set up in the software. Going on to the bottom of the mouse, you're gonna get both a big skate in the front and back, which are 100% PTFE, which as expected with that, giving me really nice glide, even as well. Super nice feeling on the mouse mat, especially with how light this mouse is. It just feels like it's gliding on air. For the sensor, they are using a Pixart 3359 sensor, which gives you a DPI adjustment of all the way up to 8,500, and you can adjust that in increments of 100 at a time. So far, as to be expected with this day's age of optical sensors, spot on for tracking and day-to-day use. Quickly to touch on the lighting and software that you get offered with it, you're going to get 2 different lighting zones, one on the Razer logo itself on the back, and then on the underneath of just the back side of the mouse, which does look nice, but most of the time your hand's going to be covering that up anyways, so you're not going to be seeing it. Within the software itself though, you can adjust that lighting as far as the colors go on it, and as well as different effects that you want to use. You can also do things like remapping your buttons, changing your DPI stages, polling rate, and then calibrating it to a specific playing surface. With the Synapse software, you either kind of hate it or like it. So far for me though, and using it over the years, I have never had that many issues with it. Overall, I think Razer still continues to give us great mice options in their already great lineup, and I don't think this is any exception, especially coming in at just a price point of $40. This mouse is definitely going to be right for those of you that like the lightweight gaming mice experience and also don't mind a smaller mouse for either having smaller hands or using that claw or fingertip grip. I really appreciate the solid frame design as well as the features they're able to pack in with it at such a low price point, and I would definitely recommend this to anyone thinking about picking it up. If you want to be able to take it to the next level, like I mentioned, I'm going to very soon be releasing a video, probably in about a week from now, of me doing some different mods on it. So if you are planning on picking this up and you want to even improve it more, make sure you stay tuned for that video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you found the video helpful or informative, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content like this in the very near future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.